Welcome to Inner Mind Lab, where we explore psychology, mindset, and the science behind human behavior. Stay curious, stay aware. Let's dive in. Imagine waking up tomorrow with the ability to control your thoughts, not suppress them, not fight them, but actually control them. Every decision you make, every habit you build, every emotion you feel comes from one place: your brain. But here is the uncomfortable truth most people never realize. Your brain was not designed for the modern world. It evolved thousands of years ago for survival, running from predators, finding food, and avoiding danger. But now, your brain is being hijacked by social media notifications, infinite scrolling, dopamine addiction, overthinking, stress, fear, comparison, digital overload. And in 2026, this problem is only getting worse. The average person checks their phone over 150 times a day. Attention spans are shrinking. Anxiety levels are rising globally. And most people feel like they are losing control of their own minds. But what if the problem isn't your brain? What if the problem is that nobody ever taught you how to use it? Because the brain is not something you're born knowing how to operate. It's something you must learn to train. And the people who master their brain gain something incredibly powerful: control over their life. Because if you can control your brain, you can control your focus, your habits, your emotions, your productivity, your success, your happiness. In this video/article, you'll learn the psychological system to control your brain in 2026, not through motivation, not through hacks, but through scientifically proven psychological principles. By the end, you'll understand why your brain feels out of control, the hidden systems controlling your behavior, the psychology of focus and discipline, how to reprogram your habits, and how to take back control of your mind. Because the truth is simple: the person who controls their brain controls their future. The brain control illusion, the dopamine trap, reprogramming your habits, mastering focus in the digital age, building a high-performance mind. Each lesson builds on the previous one. Let's begin. Before we dive in, consider this question. Have you ever experienced this? You decide to focus on something important. Maybe studying, maybe work, maybe learning a skill. But then you check your phone, just for a second. That second becomes 10 minutes, then 30 minutes. Then suddenly an hour disappears. You feel frustrated. You wonder why your brain keeps sabotaging you. But here's the shocking truth. Your brain isn't broken. It's behaving exactly the way it was programmed. Modern technology has learned how to hack human psychology. Every notification, every like, every scroll triggers a chemical inside your brain called dopamine. And dopamine is the motivation chemical. It drives desire. It drives curiosity. And when companies manipulate dopamine, they manipulate your attention. So the real question isn't, why can't I focus? The real question is, who is controlling my brain? Let's explore the answer. Lesson 1. The brain control illusion. Most people believe they are in control of their thoughts. But neuroscience shows something fascinating. Around 95% of your behavior is automatic. This means most of your daily actions are driven by unconscious patterns. You don't consciously decide to brush your teeth. You don't consciously decide how you react emotionally. Your brain simply follows existing neural pathways. Think of your brain like a forest. Every time you repeat a behavior, you create a path through that forest. The more you repeat it, the wider and easier the path becomes. Eventually, your brain automatically chooses that path. This is how habits form. But here's the problem. Most people build their mental pathways accidentally. Scrolling, procrastination, negative thinking, self-doubt, overthinking. These behaviors become deeply wired into the brain. And once they are wired, they run automatically. So controlling your brain begins with one realization. You must rebuild your neural pathways intentionally. Lesson 2. The dopamine trap. To understand brain control in 2026, you must understand dopamine. Dopamine is often called the pleasure chemical, but that's not entirely accurate. Dopamine is actually the anticipation chemical. It motivates you to seek rewards. Thousands of years ago, dopamine helped humans survive. It pushed us to find food, explore, and achieve goals. But today, the reward system has been hijacked. Social media platforms are engineered to trigger dopamine spikes. Every notification is a tiny reward. Every like is validation. Every scroll offers novelty. Your brain starts craving these small bursts of stimulation. And slowly, something dangerous happens. Your brain becomes addicted to easy rewards. When this happens, deep work feels boring. Studying feels painful. Reading feels slow. Real progress feels difficult. Your brain prefers instant gratification. So the first step to controlling your brain is this. You must reduce artificial dopamine triggers. This includes limiting social media, turning off notifications, creating distraction-free environments. Because when you remove easy dopamine, your brain begins to rediscover real motivation. Lesson 3. Reprogramming your habits. Your brain is constantly adapting. This ability is called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity means your brain can rewire itself throughout life. Every action strengthens certain neural circuits, which means you can literally reprogram your brain. But habit change doesn't happen through willpower. It happens through systems. Psychologists describe habits as a loop. Cue, routine, reward. Example: cue, boredom. Routine: open social media. Reward: dopamine. If you want to change behavior, you don't remove the loop. You replace the routine. Example: cue, boredom. Routine: read 2 pages. Reward: progress with dopamine. Small changes repeated daily create massive brain rewiring. This is how you take back control, not through motivation, but through habit architecture. Lesson 4. Mastering focus in the digital age. Focus is the most valuable skill of the 21st century. In a world full of distractions, attention has become currency. The people who succeed are those who can protect their focus. Psychology research shows the brain cannot multitask effectively. Every time you switch tasks, your brain experiences attention residue. This means part of your focus remains stuck on the previous task, and it can take 20 minutes to regain full concentration. But modern technology trains us to switch tasks constantly. Email, messages, notifications, videos, scrolling. Your brain never enters deep focus. To control your brain in 2026, you must train deep work. Deep work means working with total concentration on one task. No distractions, no multitasking. Even 60 minutes of deep work can outperform 8 hours of distracted work. The most successful thinkers, creators, and entrepreneurs all protect their focus like a resource, because it is. Lesson 5. Building a high-performance mind. Controlling your brain isn't just about avoiding distractions. It's about building a mental operating system. High-performance minds share 5 key habits. 1. They control their inputs. Your brain becomes what you feed it. Information, media, conversations, environment all shape your thinking. Successful people protect their mental environment. 2. They train emotional awareness. Emotions are signals, but most people react automatically. High-performance individuals observe emotions before reacting. This creates psychological control. 3. They build discipline through identity. Instead of saying, "I want to be productive," they say, "I am the type of person who finishes what they start." Identity shapes behavior. 4. They embrace discomfort. Growth requires mental friction. The brain resists effort because effort consumes energy, but discomfort is the gateway to mastery. 5. They design their environment. Willpower is unreliable. Environment design is powerful. Remove distractions. Add tools for success. Make good behaviors easier than bad ones. Final message. Here is the truth most people never hear. Your brain is the most powerful technology you will ever own. More powerful than any computer. More complex than any artificial intelligence. But like any powerful system, it must be trained. If you don't control your brain, something else will. Technology, algorithms, addictions, social pressure. But if you learn to control it, you gain something extraordinary. The ability to design your life intentionally, and in 2026, that ability will separate the distracted from the unstoppable. So here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, try this experiment. Turn off non-essential notifications, schedule 1 hour of deep work daily. Replace one bad habit with a positive routine. Observe how your brain responds. Because once you start controlling your attention, you start controlling your future. If this content helped you understand your brain better, share it with someone who needs it. And if you want to know more about how to control your brain, subscribe to this channel. And remember, your mind is not your enemy. It's your most powerful tool. Learn to control it, and you can control everything else.